So we are going to be looking at a scenario where civilization starts over. We are on episode 22, and in the last episode we saw more of America get discovered. Indonesia found two little tribes inside of Australia, and we had a very big conflict breakout inside of Central Asia. And we had all the colonizers that want to colonize meet up inside of the Purple French capital. If you guys enjoy these videos, make sure to like and subscribe. Let's get into it. So, at this meeting over at the Purple French capital, they were meant to keep this friendly. But, well, there might be a fascist country here, and they might have just killed off the Red Italian's leader. The meeting got pretty heated, and the leader of the fascist country brought a weapon into the meeting and shot and killed the Red Italian team's leader. So we now enter ourselves into the Italian versus Greekos war. And this whole colonizing Africa has just been delayed quite a while because the red team was one of the most needed one of the most needed countries to do this, and the new leader wants to exact revenge on the Golden Greek country. The Red Italians, who aren't as strong as they used to be, are going to make a landing inside of Greece, trying to get to their capital. They're also going to take over Crete, and we see them make a landing inside of the southern island of Greece. I don't know what the name is called, I just know that Sparta used to be over here. I think they were actually over here. But we are going to see Turkey get in on this war as they invade into the parts that you once had of Greece and start retaking those areas as well. So Greece, it's not as strong as the Red Italians, but they have a few tricks up their sleeves. Like over here in the Turkish front line, they cut off a large portion of Turkish troops, and they do terrible stuff to these troops. And when news gets out that this happened, the public aren't really so happy about invading this country. But the Greeks are going to push out the Italians fully out of their southern island, and also begin to push back against their landing up in mainland Greece. Turkey is going to reorganize their troops and begin a massive front line that's going to get really far into the country, and with this, Greece is going to call upon a kind of ally and to help them win this war. Turkey is in an alliance, so not only is this Oman country and Iran sending help to Turkey, Iraq used to be in this alliance until they left because they had some arguments with Turkey, the leader of the group. So, Iraq is going to start invading into Turkey, and Turkey did not see this coming at all. This was the best time to do this. Iraq, they kind of just want land. They don't really care about how, if they collapse, it will be worth it if they can just get a little bit of land. So they're going to get really far, because Turkey had no idea they were going to do this. They never thought that Iraq would invade them, even though they had, issues going on. Turkey never thought that they would get invaded by Iraq. So Iraq is also going to start invading into Iran, because if they don't, Iran could get a jump on them, and they're going to cut off access between Turkey and Iran very quickly. With Turkey going to send troops to fight off against Iraq, the Greeks are going to be able to fully get back their whole peninsula. They won't be able to make it back into Istanbul, though. But then the worst thing that could happen, as the Greeks make a landing inside of this part of Turkey, and they are trying to reinstall their influence and their empire into this world, and they want, the Greeks to be on top, and their religion to be on top. And so Italy has been trying to make another landing to help out Turkey, but it's just not working, and something bad, really bad, is going to happen for Italy, as some rebels inside of Italy kind of are acting up, and someone that starts with a G named Greece might be supplying them. If you remember this country, then I'd be surprised, because the northern Italian team is starting to rebel. So these Italians are going to work their way around. Italy thought they had suppressed this area enough and did not think that these guys would start acting up again, but they were wrong, as the Greeks have just struck their weakness spot, and another area is starting to rebel against the Italians. Down over here, the pink southern Italians begin to re-pop up and start attacking and taking back the major cities of the red Italian team. The Greeks are able to fully push the Italians out of their territory, while also retaking back Crete. They also make it back into Istanbul, and begin flocking into the Turkish country, and it's not looking good for the red Italians and the Turkish, because Greece was a lot smarter and stronger than they thought. Greece even makes a landing inside of the boot of Italy as they take over all of Sicily and this southern boot of Italy. The rest of this is going to fall over to the pink team, as we see just full-on annihilation of these areas up here. The northern Alps, well, the Alps country, is going to even be able to take over the old Lime team capital, which was right here. We even see the puppet state rebel away and form their own country. We then see a couple more cities inside of the Italian peninsula start breaking away, and Italy is falling apart. We then see these two islands over here, Corsica and Sardinia, I'm pretty sure is what they're called, a breakaway. In Turkey, we also see some rebellions taking place, because, well, the country is pretty much falling apart. All of these countries that got in on the war against Greece are falling apart, and they're probably regretting joining this war, like Turkey is probably regretting joining this. And in fact, Oman and Iran both leave the Diamond Alliance. Iran has already lost land, and they're willing to give it up. They just don't want their whole country to be taken apart like the Turkish one. This green one is just going to start going around and taking as much land as they can. Then we see a yellowish country breakaway, and this is pretty much the end for the red Italian team. Over here in Turkey, they begin to push up around the... Turkey is also pretty much done for. These two countries got wiped out in this war, and soon enough, these areas fall over to Iraq. And Greece is going to invade into the rest. They won't take all of this land, beware. They just invaded the rest of it because puppet state. Well, two big countries just got annihilated by a fascist country. Let's look at a peace treaty. Okay, here is the peace treaty. Let's talk about it. Italy is now completely torn apart. The northern Italian country is back with their capital, I think, in the original spot. They were thinking about putting it in the Lime team's old capital area, but they decided nostalgia is better. There's a kind of central green Italian team now. I don't know, we'll see. It might not exist soon. Who knows? It's kind of irrelevant right now. The red team does still exist, but it is a change in government. It's not really the same red team, it's just like the same color. So that old red team is dead, but this is just kind of like the same culture, like ancestors were from this country, so it's kind of the same country. We have this like dark cyan central Italian country, like with the green one. Who knows what it'll do? I mean, I could have plans for it, I couldn't, I don't know yet. The southern pink is back, but they don't have all of their land because Greece has a puppet state in this boot right here. Sicily is independent. It was occupied by the Greeks, but the Greeks didn't really care about it because it's kind of just a mountain. Greece has pretty much all of its old land back. It's not like fully back, but it has a lot of the old lands back. Greece has 3 puppet states, being the Italian one, this one, and this Turkish one. They have 2 Turkish ones because these two didn't really want to be a part of the same country anymore. This blue like southern Turkish country is here, it's kind of irrelevant. Iraq decided to give independence to Cyprus, so Cyprus is now its own being. Iraq expanded up quite a bit. It took like all of these lands, so it was a lot of land. They then puppeted the rest into a puppet state. They took a little bit from Iran, like that much, but then they decided to give the rest back to Iran because they want to keep holding relations even though they probably won't. Well, I guarantee that wasn't on your bucket list for episode 22, a random episode. 2 big countries just imploded. But you want to know something kind of funny? Before the whole Red Italian collapse, they sent a ship out through the Mediterranean because, you know, America. And these people sailed and sailed, and they made a landing inside of South America right here. And now the red team is colonized, but these people, once they realize what has happened, they decide to stay, and they form the new red team. This is the new red team, a better red team. These are the, like, real ancestors. Like, these are the real the real red team. They rely in South America now, and they are going to just start exploring all along the South American coast. These people have been here for quite a while, that's why they're big for what they are. And yeah, over here, the brown team, while that whole Italian thing was going on, they did explore more into the United States, going up Virginia. I think they might even be going into Kentucky at this point, while also going up and up until they reach one of the Great Lakes. So it's going good for them right now. They're not going to colonize any of this because they don't need to yet. But the blue team, the Blue Iberians, knowing that it's probably going to take a little bit for the whole dividing up Africa thingy now, they're going to just expand their Morocco colony out a little bit. These guys aren't super strong, so they're not going to be able to, like, fully extend it a lot, but they're going to get to about this size. That is going to do it for episode 22. If you guys enjoy this series, make sure to like and subscribe. I will see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.